Hello everyone, Noctim0 here, and my daughter, I guess, wanted to help me make this video. Anyway, I just got back from the movies with a buddy of mine, and we went to see The Killing Joke. That was a fun time, and I cannot wait to start this honest review. Well, I'm not gonna spoil anything for this film. Personally, I want as many people to see it while it's, I guess, out in theaters for, I believe, another day. I don't know. But to start off, I think the movie was fantastic. I don't want to say it's up there with Batman Mask of the Phantasm, because to be honest, I feel like no animated movie can really top what that movie was. I mean, Mask of the Phantasm was, to me, a triumphant victory for Batman. I think the way The Killing Joke started off was pretty nice. They pretty much added a Batgirl prologue story. I'm not going to get into what it was about, but I will say, though, is that it showed a good relationship between Batgirl and Batman himself. I mean, it's something you have to see and understand. It was a nice intro, but it obviously was different than what Alan Moore had originally intended for The Killing Joke when he wrote it down. The character designs were very similar to the Bruce Timm style of animation when it came to Batman the Animated Series. I mean, it was pretty cool, but they were also, I think, trying to go for as similar to The Killing Joke as possible. I mean, they really were trying to get that realistic look going as best they could while still making everyone feel nostalgic. The movie itself, the way they were with the casting and stuff, I feel like that they could have casted a lot of the actors better, mostly because the voice acting didn't feel so strong unless it was Hamill or Kevin Conroy. So if it wasn't them, the voice acting kind of fell flat. But the story itself was still pretty strong. Even the flashback sequences were pretty nice. Although one of my other gripes was the fact that the transitioning didn't feel like they did when reading a comic. I know I shouldn't really be using the comic so much as a basis, but I mean, when you see the movie, you'll feel like a lot of stuff kind of just feels cut and misput together, honestly. The transitioning, I know, could have been better, but again, it is an animated movie. But I don't know. It's just from flashback sequences, they could have added that whole watery type of effect or something. Mark Hamill's performance as the Joker was and will always be top notch. I think one thing about going to the theater was the fact that they added some special features at the beginning of the movie, because he was talking about Star Wars, and this isn't a spoiler. This is really just like the talking about the special features, so you're really not going to get spoiled by anything. But I do like how he was talking about his history of being the Joker and how he initially didn't want to do the character because of his role as Luke Skywalker. Really cool stuff. Another thing I want to talk about is I did like Kevin Conroy's performance, but it didn't feel as strong as when it was like the animated series or even the Arkham games. But he still did a good performance nonetheless. Just I felt it wasn't his strongest like he did. But for Mark Hamill, he was basically playing a different version of the Joker all over again. So really he portrayed that role rather well. The other thing is, like, it felt like there was a lot cut out and more put in, because I mean, with all these adaptations, like Under the Red Hood, there was a lot of stuff they cut out. This movie, it felt the same way, where there was just too much cut out for the film to be 100% an adaptation. Because I still feel like it's more or less its own movie, but still as faithful as best it can anyway to the comic. I mean, there like in one of the special features, they explained how they didn't use all the framework from the comics because some things on comic book cannot be translated into a movie. So I understand that too. Just I don't know. It's just I feel like there could have been different ways they could have gone about it, but the overall presentation was still a good movie. I honestly thoroughly enjoyed the film. I don't know what else I can really say about it. Just that I think they did a good dynamic between the Joker and Batman, and the fact that they're, even though they're mortal enemies, there's just that mutual respect that you see between the two of them. That it's like Batman wants to see if he can bring the Joker to his side of things, while the Joker himself is always going to try to bring Batman over to. And it's just a good dynamic between the two of them, and honestly, I don't think any other movie could really convey that well enough. Because even though Master of the Phantasm to me is my still top favorite #1 animated Batman movie, or really my favorite Batman movie of all time, I just liked that they showed this more deeper connection between Batman and the Joker. It's just something that you don't really see other than in the Arkham games as well. And to me, it made me think of in Arkham City when the Joker died and Batman said, "The funny thing is, I still would have saved you." Anyway, guys, this is the best ever review I can do. I really did enjoy the film, and I suggest everyone to go get it, rent it, or whatever, because I know it's available for download on Tuesday. So definitely check it out. It is well worth it. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.